Hello, everyone. I'm Father Joseph. Tonight, I'd like to talk about the spiritual world, the logistics of it, just how it works, and the everything you'd be interested in when you leave this planet. Okay, so to start off with, there's two doors. There's not just one door for everyone. There's actually two entryways into the spiritual world from this side. One is for all the earthbound people who were always earthbound. They were never born of spirit before earth was made. And then the other door is for all those who were firstborn children of God, who were born before physical bodies were ever thought of. And we were around for a long, long time before the earth was made. And we ventured down this civilization. We wanted to play in matter. That's what this is all about. So there's two spiritual worlds. One is for the earthbound, one's for the angels, those who are of spirit. And so you have different criteria to be judged upon, right? The angel people aren't being judged like humans, okay? And the humans vice versa. So for an earthbound person to be generous and given all the time like I am would be, it's not happening. A human who has just purely been earthborn and was never of spirit, they would never think of being generous all the time. That's one way you can know earthbound people. And so my judgment is different than the earth people. Okay, so let's take care of the earthbound people first, who have never been born of spirit, and they only know this realm. They're the ones who most likely didn't go into any religion. They just think this reality is all there is. The physical reality, that's all that matters to them, and anything else is just baloney to them. I mean, deep down inside, they know there's nothing else but this. That's who they are. Now, they don't have the capability, they don't have the memory code, the DNA in their spirit to carry all the information that I do, the things I talk about. They just don't have it. They can't see the spiritual side of things. Okay, so they're here in their own program and karma, and usually they have karmic reasons why they have to keep coming back, being born again, because that's all they know. They think that's all there is. So they're happy coming here being the low man on the totem pole. They're just tickled as all about to be just a nobody here. They just want to play in this physical realm all the time. Okay, so they get judged when they go over. They have a spiritual family too. Those who are angels, and they have the heavens. The heaven is your family. You have individual families, but your heaven is your big family. But in the lower spiritual world, the earthly people, they have spiritual families that they come from before they are born in earth. And I don't know, have any idea what they're like. No idea, I've never heard. So all they know is they're of like people, these families. Like they're all singers, you know, all people who can relate to singing, maybe. But they're all like-minded. They're all just like themselves, and they love it there. And when they have an earth life to come, they come and get them and say, hey, here's an earth light. If you could work off your karma and move up. And they come in. That's how they come. They come. Otherwise, they don't want to come. They're just happy as a clam being in that spiritual world. So that's how that is. But they're not in heaven. It's their own spiritual world. It's beautiful, and there's no evil there. Okay, so then the other door is the one going to heaven, and you get judged on a higher standard when you go back in that door. And basically is you were already in heaven, and you didn't have to come here, and you came here voluntarily to help God. That's basically why we're here. That's why I'm here. So we came here involuntary, but guess what? We could lose our soul in this mission of coming back to help God. We're not like we got a card to get out of trouble, you know. We can end up getting in trouble here too, just like anybody else. And when we come here, just like when Jesus came here, he didn't know he was God. He had to figure this all out. And we did too. We had to figure that all out, who we are. See, in the DNA, the quantum physics guys will tell you this, in the DNA, there's a fracture, there's a split. We can't see back, point this, there's something in there that's blocking it. There's an obstacle created in the DNA that won't let us look back past a certain point. So it's a safeguard. So whoever comes here, God had to come in this way too. He couldn't come in an unjust way. He had to come in right and just in this natural way to come in. So so when we go back to the spiritual world, I'm going to be judged on how well I did all the things that I've done. You see, that's mine. So so I'm excited about that. I mean, I am. I've been working hard at it, and basically, we all have a life review at the end. And no matter who you are, you have a life review. And in that life review, you're looking at it with not with this mind, but with a universal mind that you're coming into. You're not fully into it yet, but you're in there enough to look at your life in a non-judgmental way, to look at it fairly. And I've known hundreds and hundreds of stories and testimonies of the life review of people. And I took a note of the regrets. And there's a common regret through everyone, and it's how they treated people in the day-to-day life, in the natural interactions. That's the part that they most regret, that they dismissed as nothing, and it turned out to be the most important part of life. That's the now, that living it here and now, that's what it is. Every conversation you have with a person has to be the most important conversation of your life, because your entire life led up to this one moment with this one being that you're talking to. And I don't care if it's an old lady, an old shopping bag lady, or a princess, it doesn't matter. Each one is really important. And when I look in, and when I'm there looking at people, I'm just looking in their eyes, and I'm capturing their whole essence of who they are and what they need. And I try to say the words that their ears want to hear. So when they walk away from me, they feel closer to God, and they don't even think about me anymore. They're just happier and closer to God. That's my job and my interactions, and that's what everyone has to get to learn, and how they treat the people around them, their loved ones. Do you say thank you to your spouses and close to you? Are you rude because they're close, or do you treat them, like they were a guest? Do you say please and thank you, and hold a chair for your wife, and do all the things that you would do when you were out at a ball and you were going to treat somebody like that? That's how you have to treat your family. Those are the things that people regret. Not what they did, not their actions, but how they treated everyone they talked to every day. So you think about that.